Hi guys, today we are going to see what are the type of losses in solar power plant. So when you're going to simulate a PV-SYST software, so most of the losses will be taken as default. Some you will be determining depending upon the site condition. So it may be sheet roof, or it may be RCC, it may be in a ground mounted, or it may be in a, depending upon the latitude and longitude, you will be changing the parameters of the losses. So let's see the losses one by one. So first is the IAM. So that is incident angle modifier losses and soil losses, thermal losses. LID is nothing but light induced degradation loss and module quality losses, mismatch, module degradation, ohmic wiring, auxiliary consumption, auxiliary transformer losses, and system availability losses. These are the main losses available in solar plant when you're going to simulate a PV-SYST software. So let's see this one by one. First, going with incident angle modifier losses. So this is mainly due to reflection of the radiation from the sun. So you can see this is the atmospheric and this is the first layer of the module, which is the glass and EVA sheet and the PV cell. So when the radiation comes from the atmosphere, it get reflection from the glass. So this factor defines the IAM losses. So and reflected back and it will reaches the EVA sheet, and from the EVA sheet it will be reaching the PV cell. So the total 100% of the radiation from the atmosphere will not be used to reaching the PV cell. So this factor of losses define the IAM, that is the incident angle modifier losses. This will be not less than 3%. Most probably it will be around 2 to 2.5%, and in PV-SYST it will be taking 3% as a default. And next comes the soiling losses. Soiling losses which is neglectable, so which is less than 1%. This is due to accumulation of dust or dust mud particles in the module. So this will causes the shading effect, and it will not be able to perform in 100%. The module will not be able to perform in its full percentage, and some it will be less than 1% when you're going for a bird droppings. So this mainly causes the losses in modules, so which will be less than 2%. So regular cleaning of modules is quite important to avoid the soiling losses. So which is less than 2%, which is neglectable only, but regular cleaning is quite important for a module to its best operation. And in soiling losses, the snow in some region is also playing its important role. So snow on the top layer of the module affect the radiation, affect the generation. So cleaning of snow on top layer of a module is also quite important, like soiling losses. And next is thermal losses. Thermal losses mainly depending upon the PV module approach. So we have a formula for thermal loss. It is U is equal to UC plus UV into V. So UC is nothing but constant losses for our thermal, and V is for velocity. So velocity, wind velocity factor play important role in thermal losses. So when you're going to make installation in ground mounted, your constant losses will be around 22%. When you're coming with RCC, it is around 18%. So depending upon the module mounting approaches, so the constant losses factor will differ. And next is the LED losses. LED is nothing but light induced degradation. So when a module is new module is placed exposed to a sunlight, so it goes for a higher losses in percentage. So it may be around 2% or 3%. So depending upon the module manufacturer, it may vary. So it is because when an oxygen impurities in the silicon wafer react with doped p-type boron or the gallium in the first few hours or first view of the illumination of the cell. So that is what I told you. It is exposed to sunlight for the first time due to this boron and or gallium in silicon. It will causes more losses in the module. So it may be around 2 to 3% depending upon the module, and this will be taken from the first year degradation of solar module. So this factor you will be getting from the first year degradation of the solar module. From the second year it will be gradually depending upon the module to 0.06 to 0.07%. The first year losses will be more in all modules. And next is the module quality losses. So the losses refers to positive and negative watt peak tolerance. So each module has its positive and negative tolerance. So kindly select the module which have higher positive tolerance. Don't go for module which have a less positive tolerance. So it is for an advantage. Some module may have 335 plus 5 watt peak. So it may be having 335 to 340 watt peak. So this is the module quality losses. When you are going to have 20 number of modules in a losses, all modules will not be having the same number of watt peaks. It is mentioned in modules datasheet. Let's see what is the factor to be considered for choosing a solar module. So if both tolerance are present, means positive and negative plus or minus 5, then we'll add losses in the system, so your generation will be less. So what should you do? So only positive tolerance will be present, that generation will be more, so gain maximum number of power. So just select for a model which have a positive tolerance, maximum positive tolerance. So don't go for a model which have a minus tolerance value, so it will affect your generation. And next is the mismatch losses. To select a module which are manufactured from the same bin of cells. When the set of cells are from the same bin, you will be having a percentage of losses will be less, around 1%. When you select a module which is from a different bin, so it may have different voltage and current characteristics, so it will be having some different performance values. So the losses of mismatch will be more when you select the models from a different bin. This losses can be avoided when you select the models from the same bin class. So when you select models from same bin class, they will be performing in the same voltage and current characteristics. You will not be having much difference in modules performance. And next thing is the module degradation losses. So mainly depending upon the module, it may differ. So some module may have 0.06% from the second year. It start degrading with every year. It start degrading with 0.6%. This will be provided from the module manufacturers. So the losses will be provided from the manufacturers. You will be having the pan file. So in pan file, you will be having a default module degradation losses while performing PV syst. Next comes the ohmic losses. Ohmic losses, as the name implies, this loss is due to cable selection. So you will be having this on DC side between modules and the inverter. You're using the DC cables, you will be having in DC side. This will be also available in AC cables also. You should consider less than 2% of ohmic losses while designing. Selecting the right size of the cable for a module to inverter will reduce the ohmic wiring losses. So same as for an cable in AC side. So select appropriate cable size from inverter to the panel so that your ohmic losses will be less. So kindly consider the losses is less. And next is the auxiliary consumption. Auxiliary consumption uh, will be less, and it will be depending upon the plant capacity. So it may be varying from 0.7 to 1% depending upon the plant. So what is the night consumption of an inverter? What is the consumption for inverter to be at standby mode? These are the small factors coming for an auxiliary consumption. And next is the external transformer losses. Basically, losses to transformer will be considered up to 1%. So it is by default, losses in transformer will be by 1%. And system unavailability losses, this will be determined by the client and the O&M company. So during O&M, they will be facing this unavailability scenarios. It will be taken by normal of 0.5% to 1% as a default. Depending upon the mutual agreement from the client and the O&M company, they will be setting this factor. Normally, it will be taken for 0.5% for normal PV system generation. So you can set 0.5%, or you can set up predefined the timings, date, time, and number of hours in a day. So you can define this as system unavailability losses in a PV system during your generation of report.